Baltimore is really doing very well in this. And surprisingly, also food tech at the top 60 in the world for food tech. So yeah, looking forward to this. And Josh, I'll turn it back to you.
Right. Yeah, so thank you, Ellie. So today, presenting Baltimore will be Felicia Pullum. Hi, Felicia.
It wouldn't be a Zoom meeting if somebody didn't forget to turn the mute off. So I'm glad I could do that. It's great to meet you guys. Thank you so much for including us. We're really excited to be here. I'm gonna just share my screen to show you a couple of slides. The first one, if I can make it big here, is just a picture of the city of Baltimore. So this is where I work, and would love to invite you all to come visit. This is a map because a lot of people aren't really sure where Maryland is. It's a relatively small state with about 6 million people, and we surround Washington, D.C. So that's a kind of a very key part of our ecosystem. Is D.C. originally, half of D.C., or probably more than half of D.C., used to be part of the state of Maryland, and the other part used to be part of the state of Virginia. So Baltimore and D.C. area is really very, very much integrated. This is a kind of a picture of our life sciences cluster. And that's an area where Maryland is really one of the top clusters in the country because we have the National Institutes of Health, the Food and Drug Administration, a lot of academic government research resources in that area. And so you can see that this is kind of a triangle. So you have Washington, D.C. at the bottom, and then Baltimore up on the right side. That's about an hour away. So you can see how close they really are. And then on the other side is Frederick. So, you know, there's a lot of overlap between those kind of three ecosystems. And that adds a lot to the experience in Baltimore. So, you know, one of the things that makes Maryland competitive is our workforce. And part of that is thanks to the federal government and university institutions we have here. So in terms of concentration in the United States, we have the top tech and science workforce with the highest concentration of doctoral scientists and engineers in the country. So we're really, really proud about that. And our cost of living is relatively low. So in Baltimore, even though we're only an hour from Washington, the cost of living is at 69% of DC. So, you know, that brings a lot of benefits, especially for startups where they're looking for top talent, but they also need to be able to afford and grow. So this slide has, you know, my key information, and the rest I'll leave that up there so you can get my contact information. And then I'll say a few words about the innovation kind of areas that we focus on in Baltimore. So key sectors, biotech and medtech are very important to us. You know, there's some interesting focus areas within that, including cancer, you know, a lot of different focus areas, diagnostics, vaccine development is something where there's a lot of that happening in Maryland and Baltimore, and even things as specific as trauma-related care. So that comes from, we have one of the top trauma centers in the US in Baltimore, but we also have military institutions like the Walter Reed hospital that focus on trauma that soldiers experience. So that's an area where there's a lot of tech kind of coalescing in that, and we hope to grow that field in the future as well. Cybersecurity, because we have the National Security Agency. Not everybody likes to hear about the NSA, but it's in Maryland, and so we have a lot of cybersecurity experts. US Cyber Command is here too, and so those institutions work with some of our academic institutions to continuously train new people for that workforce. So we're a great place for cybersecurity companies. UAVs and aerospace, we also have institutions that are focusing on that. And then marine tech and blue tech is an emerging area for us, thanks in part to the Institute for Marine and Environmental Technology, which is based in Baltimore as part of the University of Maryland system. So in our state, we have about 45 incubators and accelerators, and most of them are in or near the Baltimore area. And we actually just launched about a week ago a new soft landing program, with about 15 of the top incubators, so it's kind of a statewide Maryland soft landing program where the state of Maryland is partnering with the local incubators to provide services specifically to foreign startups to help them enter the US market. So that's something we're really excited about. And some of the areas where we have, in some of the incubators that we have, one of them is the Fast Forward incubator system, which is affiliated with Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore. And Johns Hopkins actually spends more on research than any other university in the nation. And so some of that is on things like cybersecurity, but they also includes medical technology. And I see that I'm running out of time, so I'll also throw in quantum as our quantum startup foundry, Harbor Launch with the Institute of Marine Environmental Technology, and BW Tech and other sort of specialized incubators. We're always happy to match people with the right place for them. And so, did I run out of time, or did the timer restart?
It's been restarted automatically, but it is a run out of time.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and I really appreciate the opportunity.
Excellent. Thank you, Felicia, and really great ecosystem in Baltimore. So good stuff, and congrats on your success. Good. We're moving on to a beautiful and very